Let me guess. The prison?
You can't stop me, Larius. The Wardens will see I'm right about this. With Corypheus's power, we can end the blights forever.
Hawk, you must listen. Janeka is blind to the truth. Corypheus is using her.
Larius has accused you of this several times. Is it true?
Of course it isn't. He's a madman, twisted by years in the deep roads. You know I'm right, Hawk.
She should not wear the griffin. She is a traitor to the Wardens.
Stay back, Larius. This is no longer your fight.
Better to die than live with Corypheus free. Wardens!
He sleeps now, but not for long. The last of the prison's magic still holds him. The key alone won't open this seal. Use your blood. Free him now so we can take him while he's weak.
Look, that seems to have weakened the spell. Just 3 more to go.
Are you certain this is a good idea?
It takes Hawk blood to open his prison. I imagine he won't stop until he has what he wants.
Isn't that always the way with these ancient prisons? Here we are, the last one.
Be careful, sister.
He emerges. I will bind him. Oh, shit!
Be this some dream I wake from? Am I in dwarven lands? Why seem their roads so empty? You! Serve you at the Temple of Dumat? Bring me hence. I must speak with the first acolyte.
Dumat was the first old god to become an archdemon. There haven't been temples to him since ancient Tevinter.
You look human. Are you not citizens of the Empire? Slaves, then, to the dwarves? Why come you here? Whoever you be, you owe fealty to any magister of Tevinter. On your knees. All of you.
The Free Marchers haven't been part of the Imperium for 600 years.
You are what held me. I smell the blood in you. Dumat, Lord, tell me, what waking dream is this? The light. We sought the golden light. You offered the power of the gods themselves. But it was black, corrupt, darkness, ever since. How long?
He speaks of the Golden City. he was one of them, the Magisters who violated the Maker's sacred space. They became the first Darkspawn. It was he and his kind who brought the blight down on all of us.
That's ridiculous. There were no magical boogeymen who trespassed in the Maker's city. It's a story.
You don't think a Magister would be arrogant enough to challenge the Maker? You need to meet more Magisters.
It's Chantry propaganda.
Where do you think Darkspawn came from?
Some creation of the old gods, no doubt.
Dumat, have you forsaken me? I am your faithful servant.
The Darkspawn aren't just some conveniently explicit lesson on the dangers of magic.
The Chantry teaches that it was mankind's hubris that brought the blights down on us.
The hubris of mages. That's their real point.
What manner of speech is this? How long have I slumbered?
Corypheus must have been controlling me, whispering in my mind. That's what the Wardens meant. He can speak through the corruption.
If he's been calling the Wardens to free him, what's his plan? He seems confused.
I don't know. Everything I've read says he's been asleep in stasis. Perhaps calling us was only an instinct. But he can still become the threat the Wardens always thought he was. Larius was right. We must destroy him.
You really think he's one of the original Magisters? That he's been to the Black City?
The city! It was supposed to be golden! It was supposed to be ours! If I cannot leave with you, I will leave through you. I seek the light!
That was almost...
That amulet. No one's used that pattern since before the first blight. It was unique to a small sect in Tevinter, who worshipped the god Dumat. Corypheus really was an ancient magister.
They're no myth mage, nor have the Magisters changed.
I always thought the Black City was just a story.
Maybe the Chantry's right about other things too.
I'll need to study this further.
Hawk, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a fool. I really thought I could do it. It never entered my mind that Corypheus had planted that thought.
You wouldn't have done this if you were yourself.
I should not have been so weak. I'll return to the commander, report on what happened here. Then it's time for me to take the long walk. My gratitude you have. For returning me to myself, I feel like a whole new person.
I said you wouldn't believe me.
When the Seekers arrived at the structure, this prison, it was destroyed. The Grey Wardens were there, but they said an entire unit had been lost. They did not mention this Janeka. And now you claim the champion was not only there, but defeated a Magister. One of the Magisters of old.
Left there by the Wardens themselves.
A curious tale. I wonder if there's more to it.
Not yet. If I've learned anything, however, it's that everything catches up with us, sooner or later.
It was awful, Mother. But it's over. Father's work won't haunt us.
But he was there? In the past?
Buying freedom for you, so you could have a life together. Malcolm. I can't believe. It's like he's still with us. But it's not true. Not really. He went through so much to protect us. I wish he had shared the burden.
How did the heir to the Amels ever meet a Ferelden apostate anyway?
Oh yes, I've always wanted to hear that. He wasn't an apostate then. He was a junior enchanter in the Gallows, back when they would perform at the Viscount's functions. I'd always believed mages were grim old men in strange robes, but Malcolm was... He was so earnest, like he really cared about everything he said. He was talking about reforming the Circle even then. We found ways to meet more privately after that.
Did you not want to go to Ferelden?
My parents made it clear that I had no future in Kirkwall with Malcolm. They threw me out, without a silver to my name. And of course, he came from the Circle with nothing. I never realized what he went through just to buy a safe passage.
You were the most important thing to him. You could hear that in every word he said.
I just wish he was still here. I've made such an utter muck of it since he's been gone. The Blight would have pushed us here no matter what. Father couldn't have stopped that. He could have kept Carver alive. I couldn't. I can't do this now. It's too hard, remembering a time before we'd lost anything. I don't know what to regret first.